Hi, I'm Turk, and I'm about to tell you about one of the greatest trips of my life. It was the summer before 7th grade, and my beloved mother was turning 50. I know, 50. I wanted to do something special for her, and that's why my other mom planned this amazing trip. We went to Europe for a whole entire month. The day of departure finally arrived. We left for the airport really early in the morning. We flew from Tucson to Dallas, Texas airport, which took about 2 hours, and it was so uncomfortable and it seemed like it took forever. My mom told me that our flight from Dallas to Milan would take almost 12 hours, and I really was not trying to do that. But man, I wanted to after, because I found out that we got to have our own beds and our own TVs during the flight. I couldn't believe it. I was getting my own bed 30,000 feet up in the air. Nothing can beat a first-class plane ride to Italy. I can promise you that. We finally got to Milan, Italy, of course, and once we left the airport, it seriously felt like a whole different world. For the first 2 weeks, we learned about the terrific train system and explored Milan, Venice, Florence, and Rome. Then we boarded a huge cruise ship in Rome, which was gonna be our home for the next 12 days. We traveled through the Mediterranean Sea and around Spain and into the North Atlantic to Portugal and France, and ending in London, England, where we were able to see a whole lot more of Europe traveling on a cruise ship and stopping at specific ports. Life on a ship was actually pretty fun. Me and my brother got a lot closer because we spent all of our time together. Honestly, the best part was when we became ship celebrities. So those cruise ships always have those activities and games for the guests, and me and my brother just kept winning them. Every game, every night. No matter what the category was, we would win every time. Our team name was the Maritime Lawyers. If you ever seen Arrested Development, you get the joke. Now, I'll have to admit, it was mostly my brother getting all the answers right, but hey, I was still getting the high fives. We stopped in some incredible ports and took days trips off the ship. My favorite one by far was Cinque Terre. It's 5 islands off the coast of Italy that are all connected by one huge sandy beach. Honestly, I don't think I've been to a more spectacular place in my life. The village of Cinque Terre is an ancient fishing port where people live a very simple life surrounded by so much beauty. I will remember that place forever. My next favorite port was Gibraltar, on the southern tip of Spain. It was a little city where technically you're in Spain, but you could see Africa from right across the waters. It was so awesome. And we had a native tour guide, and he knew all the ins and outs of the city. And so he drove us to the top of this steep mountain, which took about 30 minutes to get to the top. And he opens up the Jeep door, and we're surrounded by a bunch of these monkeys. And I guess they're called barbed monkeys? I couldn't believe it. They came in all different shapes and sizes. They even had their own names. So for the government, I guess. That's such a weird fact. Anyway, as we were looking at them, one suddenly bounces right on top of my head. It had to easily be the biggest one there. Easily. As soon as we docked in London, I knew our trip was coming to an end. We spent 2 days exploring the historical sites around London. And when we were in the hotel, we were watching CNN International, and suddenly the news came on that Michael Jackson just died. We were staying in a hotel across the street from the performance center where Jackson was scheduled to perform his comeback concert. When we were watching the coverage, we were all so shocked. It was honestly one of the craziest days. When we left London and we flew to Paris, and we spent our last 3 days of our trip there. Once we arrived there, we were excited to go see the Eiffel Tower. When we get to the Eiffel Tower, there's a huge plaza underneath it, and a bunch of people were blasting and dancing to Michael Jackson music. We were witnessing that day that Michael Jackson is indeed an international icon. So, what's the life message here? I went on a really cool trip. So what? I learned some important things I'll always remember. Stay close with the people that you love, no matter what the differences might be. Have fun with them. Make memories with them. That love and those connections mean everything. Make it count.